to just tell you a quick story before I part, because I realize my time is getting short. In terms of ways in which we can engage in being innovative and yet very strategic and efficient, we understand that our work in trying to decrease folks' aptitude to stay in poverty is limited. We're a small organization. Our budget is less than $1.6 million. We understand that there is a huge task to fill. Nirga Vargas and her team and Josh Flome's team from Visa have come together to devise an amazing strategy that I'm very excited about, and I want all of you all to help us out in alleviating poverty through proactive education. I want lawyers, both young and old, going to communities, encouraging young people who are in community organizations that there's another way before bankruptcy. We're developing an economic empowerment literacy training for single mothers. So hopefully in 10 years, we can work ourselves out of a project. What would that be like if no one came to the poverty clinic? Because the Lawyers Committee was literally organizing the private bar to train folks on contract law and what it's like to not get scammed and how to ensure that when you're putting your dollar on that counter, that you know what you're getting into. That, to me, is sustained community organizing, building bridges with communities and the legal field. I'm extremely happy also to be here at Bingham, because Bingham was one of the first supporters of the Homeless Rights Project. And the Homeless Rights Project, as many of you know, and Lateefah and Watkins has also been a critical and sole supporter, has served since our inception thousands of homeless folks on the streets who are given infractions for literally being homeless, for sleeping outside, and for panhandling. And we've, because of this community, come to the courts every single day and are defending folks' rights literally to life and to services. Our litigation docket is full, it's heavy, and yet our voting rights work is promising in the sense that school districts, municipalities are bowing down with the threat that the Lawyers Committee will come again and sue and win. The work of Gibson and Dunn and Robert Rubin and those of you in the room, you all have changed the face of what I call voting rights V2 in the state of California. Every time I talk about the Lawyers Committee, there's a part of our work that I am remiss that I forget to talk about. There's so much that we're doing. What I am clear in our poverty docket, in our immigration docket, where we continue to be national leaders, where every single day the halls are filled with young people, with elders, with young couples who get services and get amazing, amazing representation. We have a 97% success rate with low-income people seeking asylum. They get asylum. Those of you who worked on asylum places, please raise your hand. Thank you. The quality of life that you have given folks who, without your assistance, they would be on planes and sometimes in detention centers for, again, merely trying to escape degradation. From lesbian, bisexual refugees who are coming here, escaping persecution, to Chadians, to Somalians, to folks from the Sudan, who are simply trying to live. You all represent them every single day. And if you know Dave Rorick, he's in there having a 4-hour interview with each client every single day, getting the whole story so that when we deliver these cases to you, that you have the ammunition to fight like hell. Our immigration docket is amazing. We'll be going to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks for oral arguments to ensure that the United States government backs off our people and ensures that we're not again doing what this country was doing moments after 9/11. The Shahada case is one you'll read in the New York Times when we win. And if we don't win, we'll go back and we'll push harder. So again, folks say, Lateefah, you're not a lawyer, so you have no idea how complicated these systems are. But what I do know is that the Lawyers Committee is surrounded and backed by the best lawyers in the country. Am I right? I think I'm right. You all have systems, not only our school system. You have fought and won, and you desegregated the fire department, the San Francisco School District. You worked together with other organizations in this community to desegregate the Berkeley school system. There are folks here like Michael Harris, for years and years and years who led efforts to ensure that African American and Latino students went to college. It's not all about being in the courtroom, and y'all have understood that since 40 years back. It's about a holistic understanding that in order to fight for the power of people who can't sometimes fight for themselves, we must be creative, we must collaborate, and I tell you, let's implement new systems, let's get leaner and meaner, let's be innovative, let's ensure that our programs are meeting the true needs of the people who we seek to serve. Like I said in the article, before I even got the job, I'll wear Pumas and pumps depending on the day that it is with our fabulous staff. We'll be in community, we'll be with you all, we'll be in the courtrooms, but more importantly, we'll be in our offices working on purpose to ensure that justice is really a reality. We're not there yet, and it's up to us to ensure that the generations, like my daughter's generation, she's 13 years old, never has to feel like that they don't have the protections under the law that are given to them upon their births. I thank you all. Continue to walk with me. I'm not done. Somebody started clapping. But I ask you, in all of that, this year was very difficult. Severi was the hope and the dream of Lateefah Simon. However, I really need you all to supplant your resources, the firm resources, right, your personal resources, the resources of your colleagues and friends, and match them with my enthusiasm. And let's fund LCCR so that it's an organization that never has to turn someone away, turn that family away who's leaving a massacre in southern Mexico. Never have to turn away a family facing eviction. Never has to think about sacrificing programs because we need to pay our rent. I want to continue to lead an organization that is efficient and financially solvent, and that we're literally counting every penny, but that doesn't mean that there's not another bank account that is growing in endowment. Please know that this organization is going to get stronger. And I am an organizer who has worked with nothing. And so every single cent that comes into the Lawyers Committee will be stretched. Give until it hurts. But also know that regardless, we're not going anywhere. Thank you for welcoming me into this community.